Yo guys, how we doing? Haven't uploaded in a while for sure. Today we're going to be pushing one of my mini accounts to 10,000 trophies. I know some of the cards in my deck are pretty high levels, so let's see how we fare against these players. Should be really relatively easy because I have Giant Skeleton and I'm using a Psycho deck. So, yeah. Hog first play is always a good play. Now I'm just going to defend with Cannon and Giant Skeleton. He's going to do that. I'm going to reset the Little Prince ability or the Little Prince charge so he doesn't get too much damage onto my Giant Skeleton, and then I'm just going to kite everything or like stall it so that the bomb hits everyone. Alright, beautiful. Going to Skeleton like this, and then Muskie, and I'm just going to go for another Hog really soon. It's going to be really hard for him to defend after defending that Ghost. He's going to not have the best counters for us. Yeah, so it seems that his cards are pretty low level, but either way, the interaction should be sort of the same. I'm not going to play my Fireball because I want to keep it like fair, I guess, because Fireball literally one-shots the Barbarians. Alright, he's just going to go naked Skelly Drags, which isn't the best. He should just use it behind the Electro Giant for me to defend it less easily. Alright, he's just going to troll, I guess. So I'm just going to finish this round as fast as possible, or I'm just going to skip it. He's not going to defend the skeletons, but then the skeletons are kind of trapped behind the giant skeleton and the hog, so that kind of sucks. I'm going to just go in because his ghost isn't going to get my tower either way. I'm just going to fireball that. He might barbarians. Alright, he doesn't barbarians, but the tower should be down, and let's hop into our next match. Alright, do you guys remember when I said the fireball was going to one-shot the barbarians? It's actually level 13 and I completely forgot about it somehow. So yeah, I guess we could use our fireball fair and square. I'm just going to let that Dark Goblin lock because we're going to have so much elixir saved up, and I'm just going to skeleton in the bridge because he used his Royal Hog and the elixir golem. So if he has Skarmy, I'm just going to log it and this should be tower down. So yeah, uh, he's desperately trying to save his tower, but it's not going to work. Um, and he's at 0 elixir. So well played by him, I guess, sarcastically. And he's going for another elixir golem. Like, are we okay? I guess this is the average gameplay of players at this range. They don't really count elixir or whatever. Um, or or have the skills to think critically. I'm not trying to well, I'm sort of. I just want them to play a little better. Alright, he's going to use Executioner, but I think we're going to take it down fairly easily. I'm going to log as well, and then I'm going to Skeletons for just to take the tower down. So yeah, this is one of the easiest matchups of all time that I've faced in this league. I don't know about you, but I somehow got four drop chests in a row. I don't know if this is just luck on mini accounts, but I never get these rewards on my main. So yeah. Alright, we're facing an Expo match. I know this guy probably isn't the best Expo player. I have like a level 16 log, which is kind of ridiculous. Just going to do this. I don't really want to spend too much elixir. Okay, that should die, right? Okay, I'm just going to go in for a hog. He should have Tesla in hand. Or he used up all his elixir. I wasn't really counting because I was expecting him to like conserve elixir for the hog, but he didn't do so. Therefore, we got a ton of damage. Alright, I'm going to Muskie like this. Probably shouldn't have leaked Elixir, but sometimes these players are kind of unpredictable. So yeah, I was just scared of the Expo um at the bridge. He used Fireball Log, so I guess I'm just going to cycle to another hog. Um, I'm in a really tricky situation because I could technically log these archers, but you know, it's going to one-shot them, and kind of don't. It's kind of not fair to do so, I guess. I'm going to muskie like this just to over defend a little. So yeah, we do get to counter push with the musketeer though, so that's a decent play, I guess. All right, archers in the pocket. I mean, in the bridge. So I'm just going to go with another hog. Hope he Teslas. Okay, Tesla's late. Like, I don't know. Kind of disappointed at his gameplay. We have two giant skeleton. Oh my god, what am I saying? Giant skeletons. In the pocket. Okay, the skeleton's almost multiplied. But yeah, we should still get a 2 crown, I think. Alright, he literally can't expo because once one of his towers down, the other tower is going to have a really hard time defending, especially using expo decks. Usually with expo you need to have both towers active. And yeah, pretty easy match, and let's hop into next one. Alright guys, so it seems I got blessed with 360 Hog Riders via a 4-star drop once again. I'm not sure why I'm so lucky with these stuff on my mini. I guess the longer you don't play it, the better the rewards or something. But yeah, we're facing M4, who has a classic challenge badge, I think. I just saw it. Yeah. I'm going to log. Hopefully it trades out the furnace. Alright, good. And then I'm going to just hog like this. He has a fire spirit, which is kind of weird. Alright, now he doesn't have Tesla in hand, so I think I'm just going to muskie. I'm not sure if Giant Skeleton was the better play. It probably was, because it's going to be really hard for him to defend. Actually, I think it was better to just cycle to another hog. Now he probably doesn't have a Tesla in hand, or at least it's going to be really hard for him to drop the Tesla because of my Giant Skeleton. And he can't really defend now because he dropped like a desperate Tesla. Now he's really low in elixir, so yeah. I probably could have used the musketeer ability, but kind of hesitated. It's something you generally don't want to do if you're playing cycle, because one mistake can cause you the game. I'm going to do this. Okay, my skellies aren't going to finish the skeletons, but at least we can sort of minimize the overall damage. I'm going to do this and then do this. Oh, okay. Okay, he screwed up big time because I think he expected me to use my hog the other lane. And then I'm just going to cycle to another hog so he can't really graveyard. And I'm going to log like this. And yeah, really nice pressure by me. Might even block the bridge, honestly, if he tries to do something. Alright, let's do this. Okay, Okay. Yeah, I was expecting that, but this is a pretty bad. I'm gonna do this. There's this one trick where you push the musketeer with the hog to the tower, but this time it didn't work, but at least the hog did take the tower down. I probably should have just fireball cycled, but I was like trying something new. Yeah, let's hop into the next match. I just found out I have Ice Spirit Evolution, but I never really tried it. I'm sure it got nerfed before, so kinda reluctant to use it, but I might use it next round. But yeah, it used to be really good. I'm going to do this because these players always just drop the Golden Knight and their ability like right after they drop the Golden Knight, so it's really predictable, I guess. He's going to drop the Inferno Dragon and the Valkyrie. Valkyrie wasn't a really good play because he's just feeding my Musketeer for 4 elixir, yeah. And he failed to catch my Hog with the Tombstone, and there's only going to be one guard that's going to survive to take my Hog down. I probably shouldn't have dropped the Giant Skeleton, because he's just going to use the Inferno Dragon on it, but I could just Ice Spirit after having it charge up for a while, and this should be towered down. So I guess it was a pretty decent play. Yeah, he probably didn't have enough elixir after dropping the Golden Knight, so he had to delay it for like a few seconds, in which I had my Ice Spirit in hand, and yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Not sure why he has that, but yeah, always got to prepare for the worst. This isn't the worst because he's not playing that well. No one that I faced are playing too well, except for maybe the last guy who he was okay, but not like that good, you know. So yeah, I'm just going to fireball, play some defense, and drag it out until we win. Okay, I'm going to log the wizard so it doesn't damage my giant skeleton. And then he might just, yeah, pop the ability once again, but it's not going to work. I might just do this because it's like a really fast placement, and people don't really expect it at this level, or like at any level, even at like 14,000 trophies. So yeah, another really nice win, and let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so we're against Hollow Cannoli. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I forgot to tell you I left my mic at home, so I'm not sure if the quality is worse or better. It feels like the same, honestly. Okay. I did not expect the lightning, to be honest. So, yeah. He did drop around the same amount of elixir as my giant skeleton because of that turret right there. It was probably unnecessary, so I'm just going to pressure a little because I'm up like 2-3 elixir. So yeah, now he's going to wait for it. Now he had to wait for the barbarians to drop, so I'm sure he's at 0 right now, or like, oh my gosh. I really do suck at counting elixir, it seems like. But yeah, I'm going to hog now because I know for sure now he has 0 elixir after spending that berserker. Now he has nothing to defend with. Why not just drop my turret and see how it does against the Mini P.E.K.K.A? It did fairly well. I'm going to take I'm gonna snatch a few damage. Yeah, onto the tower, and then I'm going to just continue pressuring the tower with my giant skeleton because I know he has doesn't have that much elixir left. And giant skeleton does take the tower. Not sure why he went for the barrel, honestly. But yeah, it wasn't a good play. I'm going to Ice Spirit right here, and I completely forgot to change it to the Evo Ice Spirit. Even though I said it last round I was going to. But hopefully I remember this round. I'm just going to Ice Spirits. Hopefully it doesn't kill. It does. That's all good though because we have 2 towers, and the giant skeleton bomb actually takes a good chunk of that tower down once again. Going to Musketeer. Hopefully I'm able to kite the thing, you know? Okay. Alright, he's going to lightning either way, so... Yeah, I'm just going to hog once again. He's not able to defend. Every barbarian exploded, so that's kind of funny. Yeah. Alright, let's hop into the next match. Alright, boys, we're like 1 game away. Hence why we're in this arena with this aesthetic. His name is Math, so hopefully he knows how to count elixir. But yeah, he's going to play Mega Knight, of course. Funnily enough, we haven't even faced a Mega Knight in this video yet, so that's kind of funny, honestly. Yeah, so we're just going to plop down a giant skeleton and counter push a little. He's going to have to defend a little. Okay. He has an Inferno Tower, which, I mean, it's fine, I guess. Hopefully, okay, giant skeleton does damage the tower, so I'm going to go for a hog now. I'm sure he has Mega Knight in hand, so he's just waiting to drop it. Okay, never mind, he uses the bomber. I'm not sure if this was the right choice. Okay, this is honestly free 10k trophies, not gonna lie. I'm going to log. Okay, yeah, I forgot it was level 16 log because I never played this account that much. I only play like my main account these days because this game really relies on evos and sometimes heroes, so I'm way too lazy to farm on the other accounts. Like, honestly, you just need 1 account and then, you know, do some classic challenges if you want to test out decks. But I was like a try hard back in the day, you know. Alright, I'm going to do this just to cheaply defend everything. Might as well just do this since I don't want to take advantage of the log. So yeah. I think I'm just going to Giant Skeleton right here. Probably not the best play because he could just Mega Knight the other lane. But then again, I'm able to defend if you know how to defend or like cycle effectively to another giant skeleton. I think that's like the major thing new players kind of fail at, is cycling as fast as they can to another tank or something to defend a Mega Knight. And in the Discord server, they always complain that they can't defend and whatnot, but when they actually can, and when they have matchup, you know. So yeah, we're going to win this. I kind of butchered the defense over there, but we're going to take the left tower either way. So yeah, GG's to Math, and he's going to be stuck at 10k trophies while we reach 10k trophies. Isn't that fun? Alright, so yeah, it's 12:01 right now. Might just go to sleep. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully.